Welcome to our hit songs bracket. In this bracket, we have 32 of the biggest rap songs from 2024 going in a head-to-head tournament, and there will only be one song left standing by the end of it. We have Saint Chroma by Tyler in here, Not Like Us by Kendrick, and all the biggest songs. And let us know down in the comments, what do you think is the best hit song of the year? And do you have any front runners? Who do you think's going to win today?
Who do I think is going to win today? Well, I will say this. I like that this bracket is comprised of the biggest songs because this list will not reflect my ends of the year list. And that's what I want to say here. Obviously, I think there's big contenders. Not Like Us and Euphoria is pretty big for me here. Even something like a Cinderella is looking like it might make a big push. I think there might be certain songs in here that you're surprised that I actually really do enjoy.
Okay.
Let's start this off, okay? So, first matchup on side A of the bracket is Red Rum versus All Red. Two mega bangers this year.
Battle of the Red.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of people criticized Cardi for using Future's flow and his style on All Red. I think that, especially if you've been paying attention to the way that he's been rolling out these latest singles, he's been kind of using this classic Atlanta trap influence for the better part of this entire year. So even at that, this is not the first time he borrows from that scene.
But it's the first time that vocally he really sounds like Future. And that being said, it's not really his fault in the sense that it didn't seem like he altered it to sound like him. It just seems like he lowered his pitch on his vocals, and that's what the product was.
Okay, let me ask you something. You close your eyes, you put that song on. It's not like a Panda situation where you're like, that's Future.
No,
there's no way. I can make out Playboy Cardi. You could say that the flow is maybe similar, but even at that, he's using a similar flow to Backrooms. All this to say, though, regardless of how good that single is, I am going to go with Red Rum. I think it's one of the biggest bangers of the year. I love the sample flip. I saw a live performance of this song in a London, UK crowd, and bro, they were going crazy.
Yeah.
It was one of the craziest live performance videos that I saw all
year.
year.
So it's a hometown performance for 21.
It's
but
true,
yeah, man. But yeah, I love the that classy 1960s Brazilian sample that Lennon the track brought in, and the way that the beat drops and you get those bombastic drums to complement it. Just one of the best beats in my opinion, especially for the trap scene this year. We'll speak about it more as we have to, as it competes with other songs. But Red Rum will advance. Next matchup, Not Like Us versus Euphoria. And we've had this debate a million times about what the best Kendrick diss song was of the entire battle. And when it comes to Euphoria, I get it. It's a complete dissection of Drake. It's the longer song. You're maybe getting more of a bar fest from Kendrick. Okay. That being said, does it have the impact of Not Like Us? Does it have the fresh narratives that Kendrick brought into that song?
Which way are you looking at this? Are you looking at this as a song as a whole, or are you looking at this in the context of the battle? Because this is what I'm saying, though. Going back to Euphoria, and I've been listening to it, I think this and maybe 616 might be the best tracks that were released within that entire battle, alongside even a push-up.
So you've warmed up to it. You're going to change that opinion?
It's just that I feel like it is a better written track than, Not Like Us. I feel like Not Like Us maybe stole my heart in the moment because it was the knockout punch, and everyone loves the climax of the battle. I think the production is also a tad more interesting. I'll explain to you why. I feel like with Not Like Us, especially as I've been listening to it a bit more and more, you get that DJ Mustard beat on loop. It's not too dynamic. It's not, let's say, the most extravagant production. It did what it did for the West Coast, and it's super fire, but I'm saying, you go into Euphoria, you get that beat switch, you get a darker tone towards the end of it, the content matter changes, all the different types of vocal inflections. I just think total package as a song, Euphoria is arguably better.
That being said, production-wise, though, to me, it was the idea that it's so rare to hear Kendrick rap over a West Coast hyphy club banger of a beat from Mustard, whereas, Cardo giving you, these hardcore, trap beats with some orchestral elements. You heard that on Family Ties. Kendrick has been rapping over that style of production. So to me, it was more wowing to see him rap over that Mustard beat, even though it was on a loop. I think for a song like that was meant to be a hit.
Okay, so isolate the productions.
Yeah, we'll production do that, okay?
aside, I think Euphoria has the better production. If you compare the production on Euphoria in comparison to Not Like Us, it's more dynamic. There's more switches and turns within it. I prefer the drums on it as well.
Being more dynamic doesn't make it for a better beat, in my opinion.
Rapping, okay, so I could give Not Like Us the mic presence and let's say rapping performance, content matter-wise, though, it's going to Euphoria all day long. So what do you want to do with this?
So you seem to be hell-bent on Euphoria.
Because for me, I'm really looking at it and I'm like, The only thing I could realistically give Not Like Us is the knockout punch. It was the climax, but regardless, though, like
It's even just the jaw dropping punchlines. I'm finna pass on this body. I'm John Stockton. The A minor line, like
there
it
are
was just-
quotables, but it's not always the quotables that are going to win me over. I feel like Euphoria is a better written track.
I'm gonna go with Not Like Us here. Nick is gonna have to come in and
Wow,
decide
so
this
early.
one.
You know what? These are like two of the songs that I think, well, whichever one passes this round, I think is gonna make it far in this fucking bracket. So
Yeah.
I have a big decision here.
You do.
Yeah, let me just cut to the chase. Ant, You Sold Me as a complete song. I totally agree. Euphoria's moving on.
There we go.
You know, but I understand you, Lou, because you know it's the climax of the entire battle. But at the same time, looking at it now,
But again, you know why? It's because I'm looking at it this song for this song, and like it's okay to like sort of like pick out an open wound, like Kendrick was doing, like using some recycled angles, but. That is something that I have to knock off some points for.
but the thing is that with Euphoria, the reason why it aged so well for me was because of how many lines within that song ended up aging so well towards the end of the battle.
Yes.
Because we didn't understand it in the moment, but then when you saw everything unfold, it was almost a perfect diss record.
It
realistic.
did age super well,
It aged
but
so well.
again, to me, it's just the beautiful irony that Kendrick was able to, again, make a viral dance be attached to this club banger that ends up being the biggest song of the summer. Like impact-wise, it was out of this world.
Okay, let's
and
keep going on
Let's
with
keep
this.
on
Yeah,
going. We
let's
could
keep
talk
going.
about this all fucking episode long. Next up, we have Carnival versus Field Trip. And yeah, listen, when it comes to Carnival, it was epic in the sense that it was rare to hear any artist really use like a sports team's vocal chants throughout the production of a song. You got a posse cut out of it too, where you're getting one of Rich the Kid's most lively performances in fucking years. And it's gonna beat out Field Trip for me just because it feels like the more complete song. Like
It definitely is the
Field
more
Trip
complete song.
had way more potential as a snippet,
Okay,
but when you
this
ended
is
up
what-
getting the final
yeah.
product, bro, it just
This is what's cool about Carnival. Like, this is an older song, but you remember Red Nation by The Game?
yeah.
Where there was like that sports chants mode to it and like you could play it in those types of live settings.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's maybe a Carnival for like 2024 low key. It has that similar vibe to it.
Fair.
You saw it at live settings. It did super well. And again, like this is a complete thought. With Field Trip, I don't know if I'll ever see that song completed, you know? So at the end of the day, I'm going to be going with Carnival. Let's keep going on with
All
this.
right, Houdini
Yeah.
versus Hunt and Wabbits. This is a pretty decent matchup. I mean, Houdini was just this cool piece of like fan service, I guess you could say, and
I was happy with it. I'm not going to lie to
I
you.
was okay with it. I think it makes us reminisce over the glory days of Slim Shady while also realizing that you'll never get that old Slim Shady
But
back.
at the same time, you had a problem with it. You were like, like, you know, again,
It's cheap.
It's cheap, whatever the case may be. But whatever, put all that bias aside. Like, it's actually a good rap
it's
song.
a cheap knockoff of Without Me and like just those Eminem singles that you'd hear 20 years ago. That being said, I think you're getting a stronger lyrical performance from Eminem on Houdini than you are from J. Cole and Hunt and Wabbits. When it comes to the production, that's kind of up for grabs, in my opinion. But ultimately, I feel like you're getting some of the funniest one-liners of the year as well from Eminem, looking at like the Megan Thee Stallion bar, the R. Kelly one. And when it comes to like Hunt and Wabbits, it's cool, but J. Cole's kind of like sticking to like this monotone cadence.
He's a bit passive on the track itself, and it's not the craziest bar work on the album as well. Sticks and Stones is better as well, you know, as far as bar work. As you know, you look at Might Delete Later, something like Trade the Truth in Ibiza, 3001.
Oh, yeah.
But there's better written tracks off of that album.
Are you surprised that this is the biggest hit from My Delete Later?
It has like this lo-fi vibe to it where I feel like you could kind of play it in the background and you could kind of get into the melodies. I like his flows on it. You know, they're quick, but at the same time doesn't really rush into anything. He's on beat. But at the same time, I think Houdini's going to pass here,
Yeah.
which is kind of crazy to think about. But let's keep going on with this. Let's go on to Bandit versus 101. So these, you know, singles came from big albums this year, especially for the trap lane. And I want to say this. These were big surprises for me this year, especially from Don T and especially from Gunna. One of One is one of the biggest bangers of the year, and so is Bandit. So it depends what you want to do. You want to go production for production on this?
Yeah, well, it's easily going to go to Bandit. Or who
It
are we
is.
kidding, bro? I mean, in comparison to One of One, which is pretty one-dimensional, when you look at Bandit, it was just the perfect meeting point of rock and rap. Like, a couple of songs are on Heartstone Cycle.
Rock and trap, like those electric guitars that come in are just
The
fantastic.
Tame Impala sample was perfectly executed.
So we're giving Bandit the production.
I'm giving the performance as well to Don Toliver,
Yeah, but
bro.
the thing is that when you get to that 101, bro, like
Those
that
silky flows.
Yeah, the Gunna flows are just too silky.
I know.
I'm giving the verses to Gunna. When it comes down, yes, I'm giving the verses to Gunna. When it comes down to the hook, though, and overall song structure, that's where I'm going with Bandit. Like, I prefer Bandit overall as a song concept. I like it better.
And it
as
felt
a record.
fresher too. It was just
Exactly.
like, fuck, man, I'm not hearing songs like this coming out every week, you know? So Bandit by Don Toliver will advance as it should. Next up, we have your favorite hit song of the year, Mamushi, going up against Thank God It's Friday or TGIF by Glorilla. And, bro, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. She's rapping in Japanese.
Doesn't matter. I want to say this, though. Glorilla's had a fantastic year. She definitely has.
Yeah.
And I like what she's doing, bro. I genuinely like it. Like, it makes me feel like, you know, it's like the female version almost of like that old like Waka Flocka or Gucci Mane aesthetic, you know? And she's doing it so
That old
well.
trap sound, yeah.
And she's doing it so well. And I understand why TGIF went crazy this year. You know, you have a catchy hook with it. She comes in with an aggressive demeanor. And again, that production feels like it comes out like out of a Waka Flocka camp from like 2011.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like those war horns that are just sounding
crazy.
off. It's,
You know, like when you really think about it, like she is the total package this year. She definitely is. And
hold on.
I will say that.
hold
Bro, I
on.
swear to God, bro, I could confidently say that. Like she had an amazing year. Like I really want to give her flowers. Like she's released great records.
I'm not gonna push it to her being the total package. She didn't put out the best album, but singles like this, like TGIF, absolute banger. She commands the mic. There's so much energy involved.
Even the ad libs in the back too.
The ad libs, yeah.
It adds so much catchiness and so much freshness to the record. I really like it.
No, it's definitely gonna pass Mamushi, which somehow has over 200 million streams. Pretty nuts, but
even at that, Megan Thee Stallion feels so awkward for that record, bro. Feels like an awkward record.
yeah, I mean,
but
it's
whatever.
just boring lyrics about men simping over her. Like that. That's just kind of what you're in for, you know.
There we go. All right.
Not the target demo, guys. We could put it. We could put it at that. But next up, Breathe versus Magic Johnson, the big battle of Yeet versus Ian.
This has been an ongoing battle. I feel like both these fan bases really go at it.
Yeah, and
It's like watching like, you know, the Maple Leafs versus the Canadians, or like even like, I don't know, the Celtics versus like the Lakers.
it's
type
just
of
so
thing.
funny hearing some Ian fans praise his music. It's always the same shit. It's like he's the new face of trap, or no one's beating Ian's aura right now. Like it's always there's no real musical like backing.
Well, I think he has a good ear for production. I will give him that. I think that he does have a good ear for production. His flow isn't stagnant, or his mic presence isn't stagnant. Like let's say Yeet, for example. And you know what? Like
You're going Ian with this one?
I'm going Magic Johnson over.
No
Breathe,
fucking way,
That-
bro.
that-
If you listen, I'm sorry.
No, come on,
My
are you
issue
serious
with
or
a
what?
lot of Ian songs, with this one in particular, is that there's nothing distinct production-wise. This sounds like a rip-off of an old-ass Zaytoven beat with just like a bunch more distortion. If you listen, actually, not only flow-wise, but even production-wise to this song, and then you listen to something like Me and My Cup by Ken Carson, bro, it's almost like a splitting like image of sound. And again, I just feel like there's nothing distinct about Ian. When you look at Breathe by Yeet, at least he has the production going for him, bro. Like those fucking synths are mesmerizing on that song. So I think, again, performance-wise,
You've said that Breathe is a popular song that you absolutely
that I
hate.
absolutely hate, but I hate Magic Johnson even more.
I'm going Magic Johnson.
I'm
This
going
one's easy.
Breathe, bro.
The corny
There's
bridge
nothing.
refrain.
There's
Are you
nothing
serious?
interesting about Magic
Breathe.
Johnson.
Come on, bro. At
Come
least
on,
you could
bro.
get in with the starting lines as well. And I told you, bro. I feel like,
Get in with the starting lines. Which starting lines are you getting in with?
bro. Okay, here we go.
Okay, you're just gonna read me the first lyric of the song and say you fuck with it? Like, what's that gonna do?
I'll pull it up. You asked me for it, bro. I'll pull it up.
Oh,
I'm not
brother.
gonna go back on my word like you. At least with Breathe, bro. You literally just included this in songs you hate.
Am I not allowed to hate a song more than Breathe? Just because I said I hate the song.
Your whole trying to
you
hit
know,
this. I
you're-
guess I could take one too. The way that he starts off that chorus
wait,
is fire.
your whole trying to hit this? I guess I can take one too? That's bars to you?
No, but it's just the way that he starts off the chorus. I find it a fire chorus.
Nick, what are you saying, bro?
Yeah, listen, we're not gonna start breaking down these bars. I don't think they're the bars to break down. But Magic Johnson as a banger is way, way above Breathe.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on, bro.
Magic
Are you serious?
Johnson.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even care. It's not advancing past the next round anyway, so whatever. Next up, we have Parking Lot by Mustard and Travis versus Down With Me by Lil Tecca. I want to give Lil Tecca his flowers, but when it comes to making melodic rap these days, a lot of artists fumble that bag. Tecca, on the other hand, is always coming in with these hypnotic choruses, these nice sample flips where it doesn't feel like a cheap remake of an old 2000s pop song. Like, he's really like finding a groove with these melodic cuts, and this one was one of the strongest of the year for me.
I think Down With Me is one of the strongest melodic cuts of the year, like you just said. I will say this, though. Parking Lot is growing on me.
Oh, no.
It is. I do enjoy it.
I'm hard as a motherfucker, Scott LaRock.
That's crazy. I heard Nick's laughing back.
Come on, bro. What are we doing? And listen, no, but that aside, because listen, it's not meant to, fucking go on Genius and pick apart the lyrics. But that being said, I don't like the way he sped up the soul sample. And it just felt like Travis Scott was phoning it in, at least to me. But I want to hear your argument if you think it's better than Down
It's
With
not.
Me.
No, I'm going Down With Me. I prefer the song. I'm just saying it's grown on me. Like,
Okay.
I'd consider bumping this in the whip, low-key.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Have you done it, though?
No, I haven't
Okay,
done it
there
yet.
you go.
I haven't done it yet.
Okay, all
But
hope
maybe-
is not
but-
lost
But
yet.
maybe I should.
I recommend you don't. Next up, let's go on to side B of this bracket. We're starting off this side with the two biggest songs on Future and Metro Boomin's We Don't Trust You. We have Like That going up against Type Shit. And I will say this, Type Shit has a decent beat. I like the cold sound with the church bells, the amplified 808s, but Future just comes in with...
Are these, by the way, officially the two biggest songs of the
Yeah.
album? I believe so, streams-wise.
Yeah, stream-wise, chart placement-wise, I believe as well, everything. But yeah, that being said, Future kind of sounds lifeless to me. The flows are lazy. Travis has a good performance.
You don't have to break the song down, bro. We have hours of recordings. Like,
So
doing
what
type
are
shit.
you doing? I'm doing like that, bro.
I'm gonna do Like That.
Oh, okay.
I'll do Like That as a record for this year. I prefer the production on Like That. Arguably the strongest Future performance on the entire album on Like That. The Kendrick verse. We're obviously going with Like That, but I think you overhate Type Shit, bro. I was bumping it in the whip the other day, and it's still fucking hard, bro.
Yeah, I think I'm like the only person in the world that doesn't fuck with this song, but it is what it is, man. Let's keep on going. Next up, we have another We Don't Trust You song. We have Cinderella going up against Nina and two Travis Scott features.
Yeah, but it depends what you like on this one. Do you prefer more of like the slow, hypnotizing sort of production, has kind of a psychedelic vibe to it with Cinderella, or do you like a fast-paced like banger with Nina? You know,
It's like there's pieces that counter each other. Like I prefer Travis's performance all around on Nina. Like you're getting like that DBR Utopia level rapping from Travis on that feature. And there's almost like a bit of storytelling involved in it too, which is really rare for a
even
Travis
when
feature.
21 Savage comes in, bro, he perfectly fits that production. It's one of
Yes.
the biggest bangers of the year.
That being said, I prefer Future on Cinderella than I do 21 on Nina. That being said, production-wise, because Metro produced both of these, bro, like that delayed harp on Cinderella it's like mystical. It's such like to me, it's like sometimes you could put like just one element in a beat and it just blows your mind. That's kind of what it
It
felt
has
like
a unique factor to
with
it.
Cinderella.
But the thing is with Nina too, like the sample flip is gorgeous. The fast-paced drums, it's more exhilarating as a production, but that doesn't always equal a better song. Overall, I'd probably go Cinderella.
I'd go Cinderella too.
I'd go Cinderella on this one.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think Cinderella's gonna make a big push here.
Nick, I'm just curious here. Would you have gone Cinderella?
Nina for sure.
Yeah,
For
okay,
sure.
okay.
It depends what you like.
Fair,
though.
fair. It's
I
close.
think 21 Savage's verse is better than Future on Cinderella. I think he has a crazy verse.
Yeah, 21 does
The
that.
whole
It's a
flow when he's like, "Nah, I'm back on that shit," and it drops like with the beat. I think honestly, it's a long shot for me.
I get you, but like, even though Future sticks to one flow, it's just, bro, it's a saucy flow, man. It really
Nah,
is.
it
But
was-
but anyways,
It was the hype early, you know.
no.
Come on.
Okay, let's keep on going. Next up, we got Burn versus Saint
This one's an
Chroma.
interesting one.
This is probably the matchup besides Not Like Us, Euphoria, with like the strongest two songs going head to head.
Aren't they similar in length, low key?
No, Saint Chroma's a bit longer.
How long are St. Chroma? It's what around that three.
3.5, while as Burn's
Burn
like
is like
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
but-
mean, I'll say this: Saint Chroma is the more complete song to me. I do love what Kanye did, obviously on Burn. Just
The bridge with the vocals right in the
Yeah.
middle of St. Chroma. That's one of my favorite moments this
God,
year. in all the
Daniel
music.
Caesar's vocals, bro.
Oh my
Oh my god,
goodness.
magical. Yeah, I'm going Saint Chroma on this.
I'm gonna go St. Chroma as well. I'll tell you why. Just because I feel like, especially in 2024, this is something that like I haven't heard before. You know what, Burn? Maybe if it wasn't against St. Chroma, it would have gone further within this
Yeah.
bracket because we always have those types of travesties within these brackets where it's like you just got a strong matchup. You know, it ends up knocking.
Yeah,
it
it's
out.
like Magic Johnson by Ian moves on, but Burn doesn't. You know, it's like fuck.
But that's just it's the virtue of the bracket.
name of the game.
It is the name of the game. But regardless, though, St. Chroma is going to be going through.
Yes, sir. Next up,
Yeah.
we got Band for Band by Central C and Lil Baby, and Whatever She Wants by Bryson Tiller.
I'm sorry, this is Battle of the Mid, bro.
Yeah, it is.
But
Battle of the
but
Mid.
you liked Whatever She Want. You were praising this
Yeah,
song.
I mean, I still like it in a way. I think like it was cool to get that trap soul feeling Bryson where he's rapping, he's singing. The production's pretty decent. Like it was just a catchy song that you don't mind hearing in the background. When it comes to band for band, you're getting them rapping over this UK drill beat, and they had a chance to do like this call and response between each other, but they barely do it. Lil Baby and Sench don't really have any chemistry at all, in my opinion. And yeah, bro, the song's just overrated. It felt like a cash grab. It felt like, these are two of the most streamed rappers in the world. Let's allow them to join forces.
But I will say this though, you don't think that like, do you think that Baby and Central C arguably had a better rapping performance probably than Bryson Tiller on that?
yes,
Like if
but
you wanted to do that,
that's fine. But it's like Bryson was like he was playing the middle game, right? He was doing some singing,
like
some
he
rapping.
does, like with the trap soul vibes.
That's
You know,
it.
he was on his trap soul shit.
That's it. I go whatever she wants. I'll be honest. It's catchy, bro.
Band for band too. Like this is arguably like both of these songs have really catchy
We can
hooks.
go band for band, M for M. No, not for me. Not for me, Chief.
I'll go band for band.
All
on
right,
this
there
one.
we go.
I'll go, Nick, what do you got?
Nick's gonna go band for band.
Bro, let's flip a coin because I don't really give a fuck about both of these songs.
No, we can't
Let's
flip a
flip
coin.
the
No,
coin.
band for band advances. I'm not flipping no coin, bro. Fuck that. It's a
No,
bracket.
let's
Come on, band for
okay,
band.
okay, let's make band for band. Move on.
Let's do it.
Give a fuck.
He doesn't care. All right. To move on to the easiest matchup of the entire fucking bracket, we have Hijack by ASAP Rocky versus Yeah Glow by Glorilla. Yeah, Glow's cool, I guess. You know, it's. I think it might be her biggest song to date, or at least her biggest song from this year. It's motivational, maybe, if you want.
But has that classic Southern sound to it. There's really nothing wrong with
It's
the
a
song.
hype song, but yeah, no, Hijack
has
is a
Hijack like has it grown on you?
You know what? I've just the same way that I fucked with it initially, I've just grown even more admiration for that second half of the song. Like the transition going into Jessica Pratt. I love those dreamy vocals, bro. And
I told you this was a good single, Lou.
it's good.
I told you this was a good
It's
single.
not what I wanted, but you
Fuck what
don't
you
always
want.
get what you want.
Yeah, fuck what you want. He does what he wants.
Still a bit overhyped. I feel like he did stay in his comfort zone, but
this
it's
is a
just
great single. To
it's
go to
just
the
a
album.
classic, charismatic banger from Rocky. You know, there's not really anything too
I
much.
had this debate with you with Fagella in a
Yeah.
group chat, and we were like, "Name me a song."
And I did. but-
You didn't, and we put you. We've literally played the verses side by side, and we're like, we're not listening to the same thing here. You can't tell me that sounds
No,
like
bro,
this.
it's not far
Anyway.
off from previous Rocky flows. But let's keep on going. Next up, we got Yeet and Don Toliver again. They've made some hit songs this year. If We Being Real versus Tore Up.
If We Being Real went crazy this year because of the TikTok challenge.
Yeah, and like Yeet low-key being introspective. Who had that on their fucking bingo card for this year? I mean, he's literally rapping about how he should maybe stay off the pills and hey, Yeet in the introspective bag, but I don't give a fuck because at the end of the day, it's not like you're getting primetime writing from Yeet on this song.
I will say this though, it's one of the more lively performances of 2019.
It's cool, yeah.
But when it comes down to Tore Up, bro, this is such a banger.
It is.
It's electric, you know.
It's like the most like intense and extreme rock song you're getting from Don on this
The
album.
guitars are fantastic again.
Yes,
Just
bro.
I think that the production's better on Bandit, especially with the Tame Impala sample.
Yeah.
But like, this is really like, you know, and there's a bit of a grunge feel to it as well.
Yeah,
that
it
I
has
really
that
like.
punk flair and it's just full of aggression. It
I
feels
really
like
enjoyed.
an adrenaline rush, and I think it's something that's going to be, well, it has been great for live performances as well. But all right, next up, we got Think You the Shit Fart by Ice Spice going up against Get It Sexy by Sexy Red.
We're not gonna disrespect the goat, Sexy Red here. We're not gonna do it.
We can't do it. I mean, she farted into the microphone and she opened my eyes to a genre of music that I didn't even know I could enjoy. And I mean, listen, it's going to be my number one on Spotify Wrapped. I think it'll be number one in yours as well.
Maybe number two. It depends.
Yeah.
You know, Miles is making a big push for my number one this year.
Yeah, apparently he's planning to make a song where he disses himself. And I think that might be one of the most generational diss tracks of all time.
That's a song concept we haven't seen yet.
Bro, and literally, bro, who's done that?
I can't.
You know what I mean? Just a pure pioneer.
It's gonna be
listen-
Get It Sexy on this one.
Yeah,
though.
Thank You the Shit. I literally thought it was like, because she initially put it out as like a snippet, I thought it was going to be a meme song. I didn't think she would
think she was
actually
fucking around,
release it. And she ended up releasing it. Yeah, Get It Sexy will advance. At least people could dance to that one. You know, girls can get down to that
this
one.
one's the easiest one.
But next up, Push-Ups versus Hiss.
What are we doing?
No, His can bounce.
I can't believe this was one of the biggest songs this year.
One of the biggest, bro. Yeah.
Awful.
Huge year for diss tracks. But all right, we move into round 2 of this bracket, ladies and gentlemen. Starting off with Red Rum by 21 Savage versus Euphoria by Kendrick Lamar. I mean, listen, I think that Red Rum did its thing, but even hook-wise, like if I had to pinpoint something, it kind of has a bit of a repetitive hook.
No, it doesn't have a repetitive hook.
What do you mean it doesn't have? You just say it doesn't have a repetitive hook?
It repeats itself, but it doesn't feel repetitive.
Red Rum. It's literally by definition of a repetitive hook.
I get it, but it doesn't feel repetitive. Like there's a negative connotation to that. It's like
he's repeating the same 2 words.
I get it. He's repeating it, so by definition, it is
That's
repetitive. But
what
you're
I'm
saying
saying.
that that's a negative component to the song.
I just think if I had to like pinpoint something, the hook could have been
But you don't
slightly
always have to
better.
pinpoint something.
Anyways,
It was a good hook. It was
yeah,
super-
but versus
people liked
Euphoria,
it.
it's not gonna advance.
No, it's not doing anything here.
Bottom line,
It's not doing anything here.
no.
No way.
But all right, next up we got Carnival going up against Houdini. I'm not a big fan of either one, but I mean, bro, they got my kids in a fake school. There's some lines that just make me fucking wheeze, bro, from Ye on that song.
I think we're gonna go Houdini on this one.
Yeah,
I think we'll go.
we'll go Houdini. Fucking Kanye, bro. I love it. This ain't cheddar, this quiche. Yeah, Houdini's gonna advance. Yeah, whatever.
There's some crazy lines on this.
Crazy lyrics from the Vultures era, bro.
Imagine doing a match, like doing a tier list for all the lyrics from the Vulture era.
Fuck.
There'd be some great, perfect lyrics, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what? At least he had fun this year.
He did.
He
did
fucked
his thing.
around. He was like, fuck this. I'm going in. I'm gonna deliver some of the most outlandish. No, he's always had some outlandish.
He
bars.
always has, but
Yeah.
like this was just a
This was-
marathon of them. You know what I
This
mean?
was like, if you like that type of outlandish Kanye, the Vultures era was for you.
Fuck
You
yeah.
enjoyed it. All right, Bandit versus TGIF. Sorry, Glorilla.
Yeah.
I like the run this year. I think you did a great job, but I'm giving this.
And
one to
listen,
Bandit.
I would like to have like some longer debates on some of these matchups, but bro, like some of them just you can't even spend a second. It's too obvious. It's just blaring in your face. But next up, we have Magic Johnson versus Down With Me by Lil Tecca.
Adios, Magic
Sayonara.
Johnson.
to
Sayonara.
Magic Johnson.
Sayonara.
Farewell.
I love that word.
Sayonara.
I love that word.
Arrivederci.
I love that word too. Arrivederci. It's like the most like Italian stereotypical
It
word.
is. Arrivederci.
Oh
Like, I
shit!
feel like you hear like more Americans say Arrivederci than you do Italians, but
No, come
it's
on.
just one of those. Why? When you leave your grandparents' house, you say, "Okay, nonna, arrivederci."
No.
That's it.
What do you say to your
Ci
grandma?
vediamo. Ci vediamo.
Ci vediamo dopo.
That's it.
I don't say that. All right.
All right. Enough of Italian school. Next up, we got.
like that versus Cinderella. This one's a tough one.
Here we go. I'm going like that, bro. I mean, Kendrick dropped that nuke, and I feel like even Metro dissing Drake with like the synths, like that was so fucking hardcore.
But which one do you prefer though? Like, which one do you play more?
I play more like that, and I know what you're gonna say, like, oh, well, like that and not like us. I can't listen to them anymore. They've been overplayed. To me, it's the same thing when you take a track like a Miss Jackson, for example. I've heard that on the radio my whole life, bro, but I still enjoy the listen every single time. Like something like that is not something that can get stale for me.
Would you say that no, We Don't Trust You is the best song off of this album?
Yeah,
But this is probably top 3.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
so
we could
high
go
up
with like
there.
that on that one. I think I give obviously production to Cinderella. I give features and performances to Like That. The most impactful record off of this album though is Like That. So yeah, we'll go with it.
Hey, let's get it, bro. Like that. Advancing. Next up, though, we have Saint Chroma by Tyler, which might make a bit of a run here, going up against Band for Band.
Going band for band.
Arrivederci, Band for Band. There it goes. It came and it fucking went.
Next up, Hijack versus Tore Up. Ooh, this one's a rough one.
This is pretty good, man.
This is a tough one.
This is pretty good. Sheesh, bro. Yeah, I think that, like
It's
I said,
an even split on me on this one. I could really go either way on this.
I would probably. Shit. I mean, again, like the only reason why I'm trying to compare them when it comes to production, even if it's in Rocky's wheelhouse, it was still cool to get like the cloud rap mixing in with like the neo psychedelia. I'm gonna go with Hijack, bro. It's a more entertaining song for me from start to finish.
I prefer Rocky's flows on it. He's always going to win in that category as well. And I really like the hook on it too. I really do. Yeah, Hijack's going to go through.
Hijack beats Tore Up. Next up, we got Get It Sexy by the one and only Sexy Red, facing up against her bestie Drake with Push-Ups.
It's going to Push-Ups.
It's got to go to Push-Ups, bro. I mean, do you think this is the most underrated track of the battle or no?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
I think he released really strong material this year in that battle.
He did.
Besides the Heart Part 6, I was listening back to Family Matters too.
Solid.
Now that I've gotten past the whole phase of it, this is a really good song.
Yeah, like now that you can detach from what it meant as a chess move, you could appreciate it for the music that it is. And
the beat switches are stupid.
Yeah.
Should have saved all those productions, low-key, for...
I know. I was thinking that too. I know. For other material, I know.
But it just proves, dude, people, these are some of the biggest songs for him of the decade. And
yeah.
Obviously, it's going to get inflated because of the PR moment and whatever, but it just proves that time and time again, people love to hear Drake rap, and people really get something different out of it.
And by the way, Family Matters could have also been included into this, but there were already a lot of diss tracks put in, and these were all significantly bigger.
Yeah, we did so much content, so we tried to limit it at a certain point.
That's it. But
I could have low-key done half of the bracket full of diss songs.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to, I believe we're at the semifinals right now. This one's a big round. No, sorry, we're at the quarters
right now.
I always fuck this up. Okay,
so we're now at
Euphoria versus Houdini. I love you, Houdini, but no, I can't.
It got lucky to be pushed this far.
It was one of those dark horses.
Houdini had a fucking easy ass run, bro, to get where it was, but there's blemishes, bro. There's the weak ass hook. There's the kind of stale production, the weak ass singing at times from Eminem. With Euphoria, it's harder to pick out flaws when it comes to performance. So Euphoria will beat Eminem's Houdini.
All right.
Let's keep on going.
Next one, Bandit versus Down With Me. As much as I like Down With Me, as much as I think it's a melodic banger,
easy.
Bandit is a generational song for Don Toliver stands, excuse me. It was a new world you never saw him go into before. It was one of the freshest sounds of the year. The mix of, punk rock and Tame Impala. It had everything going for it, bro.
I go deep like a plumber, said Don Toliver.
That's inspirational.
He went deep, bro.
Inspirational.
He went all the way down.
You know what, though? I feel good about this bracket. Besides a couple of whatever ones.
Towards the end, shaping up nicely.
Like that. Okay, but this one's a big one.
Oh yeah.
Like That versus Saint Chroma.
Oh wow, I don't even know, bro. Such different tracks.
Production's going to Saint Chroma.
Production has to go to Saint Chroma just because, once that production switches up, bro, it's like a bomb explodes, and I just love the suspenseful tone that builds up throughout the instrumental itself.
The Daniel Caesar vocals, like we said before, that bridge is beautiful. There's just so much.
Even Tyler switching from his whispering cadence to his regular tone. That was so
arguably the best song off of this album.
Arguably yes, bro.
But when it comes down to it, though, as a collaboration between Daniel Caesar and Tyler versus Kendrick and Future.
More chemistry between Daniel Caesar and Tyler. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not to say that, with Like That, Future and Kendrick both didn't do that beat justice, but it felt more separate. It's okay, you have Future's run, Kendrick's going to come in with this nuke of a verse, then Future's going to close it off. It felt like 3 installments, whereas Saint Chroma was really a collaborative feeling song, at least to me. Again, when it comes to the monumental moment, when it comes to
the impact of the record,
it's like that. But this is a song bracket. We're looking at the quality of the track.
I'm going Saint Chroma. Yeah, I could agree with that. That's absolutely Saint Chroma every single day of the week. Okay, let's keep going on with this next one. Hijack versus Push-Ups. I think Hijack, we did it justice. It got past a couple of rounds. It did its thing.
It can only go so far.
But it could only go so far, bro. Push-ups, Loki wipes it out of the water. It's going straight to push-ups.
I love push-ups.
This song really convinced us that he might have a big chance of really getting this battle.
It was just so badass, bro. He wasn't, afraid. To me, you have to be fearless when it comes to a rap battle, and Drake was standing 10 toes down, bro, and, was welcoming all fucking opponents with that song, and obviously it didn't pan out well in the end, but it was a cool moment within the battle.
And it's a great record that'll, for sure, always be in my rotation.
Fuck yeah, for sure.
I'll always remember it.
So. All right, semifinal. Here we are. We have Euphoria going head-to-head with Bandit.
That's a big one. But we know where we're going with this one.
Yeah, man.
We know where
it's going to have to be Euphoria here. I mean, again, can you argue that Bandit was a bit more creative and a bit more... impressive. I know. I'll say this, production-wise, I go Bandit. Production-wise, I go fucking Bandit, bro.
I think the writing is just on a completely different
It
level,
is.
and the impact of the record itself. Like everyone kind of just stopped when that record came out. We underrated it, but regardless, though, I still think it's
Euphoria
one of
is
the best.
better than Bandit, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. And then when it comes
We
to
can
Saint
say
Chroma
that.
versus Push-Ups, as much as I love Saint Chroma, I'm going Push-Ups on this one. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm going Saint Chroma.
Yeah,
on
you're
this,
going Saint
bro.
Chroma on
Yeah, as a full like listening experience. Like I said, there's just so many moving parts to it, and they all lead in so beautifully. The build up is fantastic.
Yeah, but you were talking about quotables. You're getting those quotables and those memorable lyrics with push-ups.
You are.
You're getting the Coleman and, let's say, Boy Wonder production on this. You're getting these top-tier flows from Drake. Like, this is a total package as a song, bro. Like, he was playing Thanos within this moment.
But that being said,
Like, this
to
is
me,
a
like,
badass
bro,
song, dude.
This song, like, it reaches one of the best climaxes we've seen all year long. Like, the production literally goes from light to dark in the snap of a finger. It goes from light to dark. You're getting Tyler's last verse, which is amazing because he's rapping about like the theme of the album, which is him wanting to keep the light on and keep creating, fearless of judgment, and like even him debating bowing out of the music game. Like, concept wise, it's dope. Feature and collaboration wise, it's fucking dope. I mean, it's the full package as a song, bro. Saint Chroma is the better put together song. I'm sorry. It really is to me.
I get what you're saying, though. I can't argue it. I think rapping performance, though, lyrics-wise and writing, I'm going push-ups. Quotables, moment-wise, I'm going push-ups. But like you said, Saint Chroma is just, it's that impressive of a song. But I don't know, bro.
Come on, bro. I thought I fucking convinced you. Come on.
Push-ups is a stupid song. I'm going push-ups.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going to have to take this one to Nick.
That's nuts.
Lou, drop and give me 50, bro.
Yeah, there we go.
No, that's an L. That's an L take.
Why?
For sure.
That's an L. Guys, let us know in the comments, push-ups or Saint Chroma. But it also makes for a boring finale as well, because now we have Euphoria versus push-ups.
But that was it.
Yeah,
That's what
it's going to come down to Euphoria winning the bracket, guys.
It will be Euphoria winning the bracket. But I will say this, though. Like, I really do feel like Push-Ups is a super underrated track. I could give it the title of one of the most underrated tracks of the year.
I'm with you, bro. I love the song. I said it in this episode. I've said it time and time again. But as a complete record, Saint Chroma it checks more boxes for me. And I think it maybe could have made somewhat of an argument against Euphoria, but Euphoria would have ultimately won anyways. So I guess it doesn't matter that much in the grand scheme of things, but
yeah, honestly, the Saint Chroma versus Push-Ups, it just depends. Like, as a complete rapping performance, I go Push-Ups. As a rap song, the quotables, the impact of the record, like, come on. Like, let's be honest here. It's not a fucking wipe. Like, that round is not a wipe.
I will say this, though. It was super cool to see that, like, not only one, but multiple diss tracks were fucking hit records this year, bro.
Like Corday said in our interview with
So
him, it
dope
was
to see.
crazy to see people using Genius 24/7 and going back and really dissecting the lyrics, and hopefully it spawns a new generation of lyricists, a new generation of great writers, and I think it was healthy for the genre, regardless on whatever side of the fan base that you're on, and you could appreciate both of these artists at the same time. And you know what? I think the tides are changing. I think I've been seeing a lot of Twitter comments lately, and let's say there's people are finally like, obviously you're gonna have your stands within this entire thing. But people are like, okay, we're over it to a certain extent. But guys, that's going to conclude our bracket for some of the biggest songs of 2024. Let us know, where did we get it right? Where did we get it wrong? And just thank you for the endless support on everything you guys do for us. The reception on the merchandise was fantastic. You guys showed out. If you want to see Lou's rocking the black hoodie. So much love to everyone. We have a bunch of projects on the way, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.